Hi dear students, I am Amit Ajmani and today we'll be taking up the chapter motion. Now, we always talk around everything around us is moving. Everything. We say that the earth is moving, it is revolving around the sun. It is also rotating on its own axis. We see all the vehicles around us, they are constantly moving. This gives us the concept of motion. Now, before doing motion, let us try to relate that if a body is not moving, if the body is at a particular fixed place, then we say that the body is stationary, that the object is at rest. But when it is moving, then we say that the body is in motion. Now, what exactly is motion? This is what we are going to study about in this particular chapter and in this particular topic. So, let us try to relate, first of all, how to define motion in terms of science. We say that the body is in motion, or we say that the body is moving when its position changes from one point to another, but with respect to an object which is taken as a reference point. Now let us try to relate the definition once again. The body is said to be in motion, or we say that the body is moving when its position is changing continuously. Now, when we talk about the change in position, how we are going to relate that the position is changing? For that, first of all, we will be requiring something as a reference point, with reference to which we will be comparing the position of the object that we are talking about. Now, if we are considering a reference point, we will try to relate an object which was at a particular position at one point in time as compared to the reference time. And after that, if we relate the position, we see that the position has been changed. And if it happens, we say that the body is in motion. And if it is not changing, we say that the body is at rest, or it is a stationary object. Now, this rest and motion, they are the relative terms. Let me try to explain what exactly it means. When we talk about a body in motion, we have to relate the reference point very clearly, because it is only with respect to a reference point that a body will be considered in motion or at rest. Right? Just take an example. If I am moving around in a bus, now when I take a particular pole or a particular shop or a particular house as a reference point, I and the bus, we both are changing our position, and that is why we'll call ourselves to be in motion. But let us consider a fellow passenger who is just sitting next to us. In that case, when we talk about in comparison with the fellow passengers, 5 minutes back I was with the same respective position as related to the fellow passenger. After that, after 5 minutes, another after 10 minutes, we say that we both are stationary to each other. Why? Because both of us at our fixed positions, we are not changing positions with respect to each other. So it all depends as per the reference point. Fine. So an object may appear to be moving when we are taking one person as a reference point, but at the same time, if we change the reference point, then we may appear to be at rest. So this is what exactly the concept of body at rest and body of motion means. Now, when we talk about the motion of a body, the body may move in various ways. So, it may exhibit different kinds of motion. Now, what exactly are those kinds of motion? Let us try to have a basic idea about it. When we say that a body is traveling along a straight path, a straight line, right? For example, we are just moving on a road. in that case, the motion of the body is said to be linear motion. So this is the first type of motion, that is linear motion. Linear means traveling in a straight line, right? But there are certain other types of motion also. For example, if I talk about the motion of a swing, right? The swing motion is basically different as compared to the linear motion. Similarly, the merry-go-round, now they are showing curved path. Similarly, when I talk about the pendulum of a clock, it is yet another type of motion, that is vibrational motion. Or if I talk about the hands of a watch, that is also altogether different, which we term as rotational motion. So we see that there are different kinds of motions exhibited by different objects. Now there are times when an object shows more than one type of motion simultaneously. For example, if we are taking an example of a moving ball in the playground. Now if we talk about that ball shows rotational as well as linear motion, right? So there are so many times when the objects exhibit more than one type of motion, right? Now when a body is moving fastly, that means it is changing its direction in a very less period of time, then the motion is easily visible. It can be observed quite easily. We can make out the change in one go. But if the body is moving very slowly, in that case, it is very difficult to observe those slow movements. The same way as we are not able to observe ourselves moving, the whole earth is moving, but we don't observe that, right? The plants, they are growing, but that growth is so slow, we are not able to observe, right? So these are the different types of motion. Thank you.